Alright, Guardians of the Rift changes out now, ladies and gentlemen. Runecrafters, the Rift is calling. Guardians of the Rift changes are live now, plus mobile UI and official client fixes, Curse of Arab tweaks, and wilderness quality of life. What's the change logs? Here we go. Adjusted the minigame scaling dependent on the number of players. Players may now build Guardians at the very end of the round, which offers the usual Runecrafting XP. Players may also build barriers or Guardians during the setup phase, so there's more time for mining. Conversely, this does not provide the usual Runecrafting XP. At least one medium tier or above altar will spawn in the first and second waves. What? Oh, okay, like Runecrafting altar. I was like, what the hell? What the damn hell? Cells can be used on barriers for XP up to a cap of 2,500 XP and 450 energy, even if they're at full HP. Oh, shit. Okay. Destroyed barriers can now be repaired using 12 Guardian fragments instead of 10 Guardian Essence. Players now have the option to loot 5 rewards at a time from the rewards Guardian. Players can now exchange 25 Abyssal Pearls for each additional reward search. The Colossal Pouch is now usable at any Runecraft level, and its capacity scales depending on which tier Essence pouches you can use. Oh, what? So you can put a Colossal Pouch together without having all of the pouches. Abyssal Pearl drops now roll between 14 and 16 instead of 10 and 20. Mobile UI fixes, bank pin interface. Okay, does anyone care about the mobile? Can we skip this? Curse of Arab tweaks. Arab's range defense stats are now calculated and spelled correctly. It's no longer possible to walk into a wall at Uza Mastaba. The messenger who delivers Elias's message will now be able to find players while they're in a bank area. If a player is venom when defeating Arab, their venom will now be cured when they begin the cutscene. Okay. Wilderness QOL, you can now use blighted items in the Ferox Enclave and Mage Bank. You can now delete a loot key if it's worth more than 30,000 GP. The limit has been increased to 1 million G. You can delete loot keys that are 1 mil or less? Damn. Loot from Laren's chest and the muddy chest will now go straight to your looting bag if it's open. Fix an unusual interaction across single and multi-combat borders. Assume player A and player B are in multi-combat, player C is in single combat. If player A and player B are fighting in multi-combat, then player C can happily attack player A from the single combat zone. If player A tries to attack player C, they will be able to, but will receive a message reading I'm already under attack, meaning player A will have to repeatedly click player C to attack them. We've now removed the I'm already under attack message and allowed player A to hit player C without interruption, rather than needing to spam click. Okay, that's fair. In Bounty Hunter worlds where the PJ timer is shorter, remove the anti-boxing mechanic that allows players to PJ you after hitting multiple zeros. Not a fan of that, but whatever, I don't PK enough. Aside from the QOL changes, here are two other... This literally just encourages you to Xlog. Like, that's a terrible mechanic. This encourages you to turn your client off to get away from a PKer. It's not good. Aside from the above QOL changes, here are two other tweaks. Escape Crystal is now disabled in Permanent Deadman World. Fix the bug where 2 of the map links from Scorpia's dungeon weren't working. Well, X-logging was always a mechanic. Bannable in Deadman mode, by the way. No, that's what I'm saying. They've just made it impossible to... Like, if you get a box on an NPC, you're guaranteed to get away just by X-logging. It's terrible. It's terrible. 2024 Halloween event has ended. Okay, thank God for that. And PvP road has changed. We've got LMS in the Aussie worlds. Okay. Today we're causing commotion under the ocean. Okay, Guardians of the Rift changes. Here are the changes we made based on your feedback from the beta. Improve the bad RNG mitigation mechanics for the first 2 rounds of altar spawns. Players pointed out that re-rolling air into water was effectively useless since you're guaranteed at least a medium tier altar in the second round. Now you'll be prevented from receiving back-to-back weak tier altar rolls in the first 2 rounds, meaning you'll be guaranteed at least 2 medium tier altars at the start of the game. Rearrange the order of interactions on the uncharged cell table. Default option is now take 10, and you can right-click to take 1. I like that. There's now a window after a round ends where you'll be able to use your cells to create a Guardian. Nothing will actually happen, but you'll still earn XP. Yep, love that. I hated when I was in the... I had a Guardian to make, and I couldn't make it. It was annoying. Prior to this week, most games of Guardians of the Rift began with everyone stood outside the entry barrier, frantically clicking in the hope they'll get in before the lobby fills up. If that sounds rubbish, it's because it is, which is why we're getting rid of it. As of today, rounds of this minigame will be scaled according to the number of players involved. If it's scaled to 100 players or more, you'll be able to enter and leave freely. Every time a player decides they've had enough of these antics, the Great Guardian will helpfully rebalance itself, so gameplay should feel totally seamless. This should cut down on the frustration on themed Guardians of the Rift worlds where you frequently see 100 plus players inside the game and a sea of people waiting outside for the chance to get in. Additionally, for every player beyond the 20th, there'll be 20% scaling penalty on the charge required for the Great Guardian. Effectively, this means that 21 players or more scales things up by a very small margin to account for the likelihood that players in bigger teams aren't pulling their weight. We see you AFKing by the entrance, and we're very disappointed in you. Okay, I don't know what this means for me, but I like AFKing in Guardians of the Rift games, so I will continue to do so. Once you've made it in, you can build some basic barriers or guardians using uncharged cells while the game starts up. This won't provide any runecrafting XP, but should reduce the chance of your game becoming doomed from the outset, especially if you're on a small team. As the Rift opens up, you'll notice that we've adjusted the weighting of different altars to ensure that you're guaranteed an option that will give you at least a medium cell in the first 2 cycles. Great. During the game, you'll be able to use your cells to recharge barriers even at full HP, which will net you a maximum of 2,500 runecrafting XP and 450 energy per game. This should result in higher XP per hour, except in extremely long games. The cap should prevent unscrupulous runecrafters from simply running cells all game, instead of properly contributing, but we'll keep an eye out to make sure we got the balance right. Why would that stop? Why would that stop people? I don't understand. Because I can still get points and 2,500 runecrafting XP and the bonus XP at the end. Reward changes. You can now big search the rewards guardian to obtain 5 sets of the rewards at once. You can also pay rewards guardian 25 abyssal pearls and let you have another cheeky dip in the prize pool. This should work out to roughly an extra roll every 14 searches, which should be a nice boost for players chasing specific rewards. What if you haven't gone dry? What have you been spoon the abyssal needle, but you're ages away from being able to use it? Never fear, the last change is for you. Colossal pouch, yep, cool. So that goes up to... Wait, what does this say? It goes up to 99? I'm so confused. 39 extra essence. Yeah, so it's exactly the same. Right. But you can just use it at a lower thing. We get to these numbers by taking the amount of essence in the pouches it can store, subtracting the number of inventory spaces they take up. For example, small, medium, large pouch would use 3 inventory slots, resulting in 15 extra essence. Colossal pouch will degrade after 320 essence has been stored, so it may feel like it degrades faster than you hit new pouch thresholds. That's all we have for you on this front. Get yourself down the Rift. Mobile UI, great stuff. Cursive arrow fixes, yeah, we've been through that. Wilderness quality of life, cool. And merch updates. What the fuck is this? Is this a... comic book? I see. What's this? Is this like a... This is like a fucking... schematics page for the God Sword. Damn. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And that looks like it's about it. Shout out Creator Crafted. Big up the CC team. Funny tweet regarding Guardians of the Rift changes. Heard from 2 of the best Iron Men in the game. Rank 5 and 9. Very knowledgeable players that you can get upwards of 160,000 runecrafting XP per hour. Effectively by scouting Guardians of the Rift games going in towards the end of the game. Please increase the required participation. Will somebody shut this motherfucker up? Don't fucking snitch, bro. Don't fucking snitch. What the hell? That's crazy, man. Isn't that the dude that was like defending Oslo RuneScape after it turned out he was a pedophile? Is that the same guy, or am I tripping? I might be tripping.